So good morning, dear students, audiences.
Good morning.
So I really feel glad to welcome you, and I take this opportunity to conduct today's panel discussion. So before we start the program, let me say to you about the panel discussion in short. So panel discussion is a format of talking. So I mean the people who are expert in the topic that they are going to discuss. And the panelists are the experts of related sector. So who are there to share the ideas and transfer knowledge to the people. So who participate there as audiences. It is just like, for example, in a class, the teacher comes to your class and teach you the different topic. That means what? The teacher transfer knowledge to the students. Same way, panelists are the teachers who give knowledge to the people. They give the present data, they give the history background, and they finally even give the resolutions for the upcoming days there. So how can they, put and practice so further in the future like that. So today's in panel discussion, you are the panelist. So first of all, I would like to request you to make your mind up, okay, to share your ideas and knowledge as much as you can. So once again, welcome. So moreover, telling the rules of panel discussion, and today's short panel discussions, we are going to conclude in 3 rounds. The first round is general round. The question will be asked, and the same question answer can be given by 3-4 students, 3-4 panelists, and another question will be asked for other students like that. And as the first round, that is general round, concludes, then we'll move ahead in the second round, that is early bird round. So this question will be put in the mass, and the panelists will raise hand and give answer. Put their opinion like that. And finally we have the third and final round, that is conclusion round. So what outcomes, so what advantages, what benefits, and what knowledge do we get, so involving and participating in the panel discussions. So we'll review in the last round like that. So without delay, now let me go ahead and start the program. So formally, I'd like to start the program, and for that, I would like to request to introduce yourself from that side.
Hello everyone, hi, it's me Dinesh Chapagain from Moderator Sporting School from grade 8.
Hello everyone, it's me Shrestha from Moderator Sporting School grade 9, and I'm here as a panelist today.
Namaste to everyone, it's me Dinesh Chapagain for the panelists of today from Moderator Sporting School.
Namaste everyone, it's me Sunil Tamang from grade 9.
Good morning everyone, it's me Prasad Rathagi from grade 9 as a panelist.
Hi, it's me Vishal Bhandari, represented from class 9 as a panelist. Thank you.
I'm Ramit Tamang as a panelist in today's panel discussion.
Hello everyone, it's Sanchar Limbu as a panelist from the grade 9.
This is Aish Burwal as a panelist. I'm a 9th grader at Mount English Boarding School.
Namaste to you all. It's me Roshan as a panelist of today's panel discussion.
Hello everyone, it's me Maharjan from grade 9 of Mount English Boarding School, and today I am here as a panelist.
Hello, this is me Karuna Magai from grade 9 as a panelist for today's panel discussion.
Hi, this is me Surya Pandey, student of grade 9 as a panelist of today's panel discussion.
Good morning everyone, it's me Barshna Mahat from grade 8 of Mount English Boarding School, and today I am the panelist of this panel discussion.
Namaste, I am Nihaika Sharma, and today I am in front of you as the panelist of today's panel discussion.
Hi, this is me Tina Khatri as a panelist of today's panel discussion.
Namaste to everyone. Hello, it's me Sarmila from grade 7 as a panelist of this panel discussion.
Before I put the questions to you, dear panelists, so I have one short video that really which can give some hint to today's topic, the practical education.
socio-cultural.com। 1.5 वर्ष अघि विद्यार्थी नभएर खारेजीमा पढ्दा कसैले कल्पना समेत गरेको थिएन कुनै दिन जनजागृति प्रावि उदाहरण स्कुलका रूपमा चिनिनेछ भनेर। समयले यसरी गोल्टे फेर्यो कि यतिखेर पूर्वका छापा इलामदेखि पश्चिमका जुम्ला हुम्लासम्मका विद्यार्थीले भरिएको छ स्कुल। 150 विद्यार्थीलाई आवासीय सुविधा समेत छ। तर अभिभावक र विद्यालय व्यवस्थापन समितिको मेहनतले यतिखेर कोदालोदेखि कम्प्युटरसम्मको पढाइ हुने स्कुलका रूपमा नाम कमाएको छ जनजागृतिले। स्कुल खारेज भएपछि अभिभावकको पहलमा विद्यार्थी व्यवस्था गरेर फेरि सञ्चालनमा ल्याइयो।
After watching this video, so what did you get? Sunil. Yeah, what did you get in this video?
After looking this video, I learned that in different places, the small childs are unable to read.
After seeing that video, I would like to say that education is very important for us. In this video, we can see that small children are not able to get educations. In Nepal, in different sectors, it is it is difficult to assess the educations. So I would like to say that education is very important, and we would like to.
Okay, I would like to make it clear about that video, dear panelists. So in the past, in the beginning, the school was closed due to some drawbacks. So later on, again, the people of those area, they united, and again started the same school to give education, but they started to give education in a different way. Now they did not keep the students in the room to teach. They did not follow the lecture method like that. So they took the students out of the room. So if they have to teach about the agriculture, really, practically, they give spade, they give tools to the students and make them work in the field. They are not theoretical part of the computer. This is MS Word or MS Excel like that. They are given the true computer and let the students play and they use the computer themselves. Okay. And finally, even the teacher said from here that if a student can learn only 3 new words in a day, if a student learns only 3 words every day, that means that is enough for whole life like that. So why not to choose the practical way to teach and even to learn? So that's the example of practical education, and this has been followed in the far western part of our country. So from that, and now the really question is, now let me go from Sharmila. So today's topic, practical education. So for you, what is practical education? How do you define it?
Actually, practical education is those education which we do with our own hands and see with our own eyes. And actually, there are 2 kinds of education: practical and theoretical. But practical education is much more important because it doesn't require a mugging up, and also it is very interesting and easy to learn.
Okay, thank you so much, Sharmila. Then it's the same question as I want.
In general, the practical education is to learn by giving the emphasis on the learn to do things by giving emphasis on the things, how to do things, rather than just learn the procedures.
Okay, the same question answer. Can I go to this side?
So what I think about practical education is it is the type of education which gives more emphasis on the practical part of any knowledge. So for the practical education, I believe that the base is theoretical education, because until and unless we do not get any knowledge about the base, we cannot perform the practical education. So indeed, practical education makes any theoretical part more interesting and easier, as it involves the physical part of our bodies too. So practical education develops skills and a type of communication skill, interaction skill, and all the other skills we have. Thank you.
Furthermore, practical education can be the essential tools like cement, bricks for building a house of theoretical knowledge.
Now, so what is theoretical knowledge? What is theory?
Theoretical knowledge are those which we learn thoroughly or just orally. For example, if someone says you how to play, for example, how to play violin. If someone says you first you have to hold it and then just rub the bow and put the finger on it, that is the theoretical education. Thank you.
What that means? Can the person learn from theoretical education or not?
Yes, they can have the base from the theoretical education, but for finalizing it, they need the practical.
They need the practical knowledge. Okay, now that means we are trying to find the differences between practical and theoretical knowledge.
Theoretical knowledge is the knowledge which we gain by reading books or which is just gained by listening thoroughly, and practical education is or knowledge is the knowledge which we gain by applying the knowledge of theoretical as applying theoretical knowledge in real life. And we people feel that practical education is boring and is not interesting, but the theoretical education is boring and is not interesting, and but practical knowledge is seem to be more interesting than theoretical, and the thing which we find interesting is easy for us. Thank you.
Yes, Vishal, can you in short the differences between theoretical and practical knowledge?
Theoretical knowledge is a bookish knowledge, but the practical knowledge is a field visit knowledge. We cannot get other knowledge that we can get from practical knowledge, but in the same way we can get knowledge, more knowledge from practical way. It also creates our life skill, but theoretical somehow doesn't increases our life skill. We can develop our communication skill, interaction skill through practical education, but theoretical education only creates our communication in a small amount. Thank you.
Yes, so now I'd like to go to Karuna. So, what Vishal said, do you really agree with him that means that he emphasizes practical education more than theoretical education?
Yeah, I agree with his statement. Personally, I'm not a very big fan of theoretical education, and I find practical education more interesting and easy than theoretical education. Where theory is often taught in the ideal of vacuum, the practical education is learned through the reality of life. Practical education manifests itself as a skill, rather than theoretical education manifests itself as knowing how only. For example, if a person is getting to learn to drive a car by theoretically only, then he would take his whole life to learn how to drive a car. But if he is given the practical knowledge to practically, if he is trained to drive a car, then he would drive it in a very short period.
Is it really possible to always acquire the practical education in all institutes? So I repeat the question. Because the environment may not be there, the resources may not be adequate. Okay, so on the basis of feasibility, that means on the basis of resources that we have. So is it possible to implement practical educations to teach the students in all levels, in all issues like that?
Thank you for the question, sir. And practical education requires much more sources and resources. Giving the example, I would like to say what is practical knowledge. If we are learning about the condition of Africa, and if we are reading from the book, we require the theoretical knowledge. But if we are going to Africa, then we attain the practical knowledge. Going to Africa is really very expensive and it requires more resources. So in the level of schools, we can attain the practical knowledge according to the sources we have and circumstances. But in the higher education level of engineering and other master's level, they can visit different parts of the country. They can touch the things, they can feel the things, and they can acquire the knowledge.
Thank you so much, Niharika. Yes.
Practical practices cannot be held because of lack of resources and the tools and many things. So, but also in such places where the resources are lacked, the school or institute can also manage at least 1 or 2 days for a field visit in another place where such kind of resources can be found, and they can easily practice such practical education and having theoretical knowledge. Thank you.
This is just like the informal in the first round. Give examples of the real practical education. Examples of practical educations. If you have seen somewhere, if you have experienced somewhere like that. Yes, Vishal, please.
For example, in social studies, we read about geography topics like about weather, about the places of different parts of Nepal. And if we went somehow in their field visit, like a field visit method, then we acquire more knowledge than our theoretical knowledge. We get many skills from them. Thank you.
Going to a field visit was a good symptoms for us, as we could get the chance to know about local technologies, how they were used and how our forefathers used to get benefits from them. Thank you.
There are many practices of practical education. As we can see, there is one CTVT in Sanotimi, and they have been teaching about the ways to drive the JCB, dozers, or many that excavators. And similarly, there are many driving houses in Nepal. They are teaching driving in many places, driving of bikes, driving of cars, and so on. As we also saw in our video that last time, due to many drawbacks, students in far western region were not able to get their knowledge in the classroom, but they were taken to their field for real education. Thank you.
We study about farming and other stuff in our books, and if we really try to do it in the field, we cannot just do it. But if the school provides us the chance to go to field and try and do those stuff, we can learn much more better and about those chemical fertilizers and other stuff.
To give the example of practical education, I like to take the way of SQC. We have been learning that SQC helps us to mitigate the problems, and practically making that appliance in our daily life, we form our teams and practically solve the problem we are facing. Moreover, to go deeper, Government of Nepal has also sent some trained groups of teachers to various parts of rural areas or remote areas, and students are in that category are trained in particular type of profession. Like if they are taught about the agriculture, they are practically taken to the field and they are taught with the appliances. So this is what I feel the example of practical education. Thank you.
In the Boisak 2007-12, we faced the earthquake. We are reading about the earthquake in social studies. The things to be considered before earthquake, during earthquake, and after earthquake were really practically faced by us, which has helped us in writing the answer through our practice. Thank you.